Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Rolex Sydney Hobart Yacht Race press conference this morning. We have an interesting mix of international skippers for you to speak to and owners. Introducing from the far end, we have Ken Choi, and Ken is from Apsaris, which is representing China this year in the 7-Star Yacht Club. And next to him we have the skipper Hong Chen Lee, and he is the skipper of Noah's 2, also from China, so we have a bit of Chinese rivalry there to start with. Next to him, Eric de Turkheim. Eric's been here before in 2015, nearly carted off the Tattersalls Cup till the Derwent decided otherwise. Next to him, Ronald O'Hanley from the US Entry Privateer. This is at their first time here. Also going to try and cart off the Tattersall Cup this year. And on the end, John Mikowski from Joyride, also from the USA. The USA this year has 3 entries, all quite capable of winning the Tattersall Cup, winning the overall prize, if they can get past Matt Allen and everybody else. So we might start at this end. So, John, tell us why you're here and what your Yacht Joyride has achieved in other events.
Okay. We've tried for the last 3 years to pick one big race a year in addition to our local races. So 2 years ago, that was the Van Isle 360. It's a 12-day race around Vancouver Island up in the Northwest. We're from Seattle, mixture of Canadian and U.S. sailors. After winning that, we this year did the Victoria to Maui race in Hawaii. That was 13 plus days. And after winning that, it just seemed like we should keep going west and come down here and see what all the commotion's about. And so instead of sailing home, we kept sailing and ended up here in Australia. Super excited to come out and be a part of it.
Fabulous. You've got quite a bit of rivalry just from the USA alone here this year. Do you know any of these guys? Do you know, are you aware of Privateer or the other US yacht Prospector?
We're aware of them. They're both East Coast boats, so we've never met before or seen them. I think one of them has a Seattle-based sailor on it, but so no, we don't know them yet.
You will soon.
Yes.
So Ron, your yacht, Canting Keel 50, and as we know, we've had a Canting Keel 50 win this race before in 2013 when Victoire won the prize, and you guys have been sailing up a storm in the USA, and so tell us why you're here and give us a little bit of background as to what you've been doing with your boat.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for being here. We've owned the boat now for 12 years since it was new. We've campaigned it mostly in the U.S., but also the big distance races, the Caribbean 600, the Fastnet, and this has been just a really important bucket list race. Those of you that have done it know it's a real mission to get here, and even a bigger mission to actually sail the race. So it's something we've been looking forward to. It's in some ways a return to at least close to home waters for the yacht, which was built in New Zealand. It was built for these waters, so we're looking forward to it.
And Canting Keel 50, you would have heard the weather report, the one that we have currently, smiling down on the 50s, wouldn't you say?
I think it will be great for the 50s, but it should be a good race for everybody. The Canting Keel is helpful in the right conditions, and sometimes it's not the right conditions, but it's a great all-round boat. It's, like I said, been 12 years. We've optimized it, modified it, but structurally it's exactly the same boat as came out 12 years ago. Incredibly well built, and has been really terrific for us in races like the Fastnet, like the Jamaica race, like the 600. So we think this is the right horse for the course, as they say.
Thank you. Now, Eric, 2015, let's go back. You were here with a different teasing machine then, yep. And you came oh so close. Tell us what happened, and then tell us about your new boat.
Well, that's true. I mean, 3 years ago, we came very close, but, we arrived at 2 o'clock in the morning in the river, and, 2 o'clock in the morning in the river, no wind, and we had to wait till about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to be able to move forward towards the end. And that was it, that's Sydney Hobart. It's always a mix of great conditions. We had that time, quite a very strong wind on the first 24 hours, and but that's the race. We built originally the previous teasing machine to fight in the 40 feet category. We built the actual teasing machine to fight in the 50 feet category, especially against the TP52s and the Contikill 50s as well. So she was launched mid 2017. And we've raced her already twice across the Atlantic, and Caribbean 600 and so on. So we've done quite a big racing program, and so I'm very happy to be back here, especially with a big fleet of TP52s in the Class 1, and we'll see what happens.
A lot of competition this year, wouldn't you say?
Definitely a lot of competitions. We'll see how the forecast evolves, but at this stage, relatively light wind, so it favors more the 52s than us, but we'll see how it goes.
So many boats here, even just at this table, who've not raced against each other before, all of them very, very good boats. So just amongst the internationals alone, it will be hard to win this race this year, would you not agree?
Yeah, it would be very hard to win this year. It's going to be very close, I'm sure. And I don't see a very big gap unless you have a significant shift in the weather forecast.
Thank you. So Hong Chen.
Hi.
Hi. We will have a translator for Hong Chen.
Yeah, I'm here.
If you can come to the front.
Yeah, okay.
So Sven is going to translate for us.
Yeah.
So Hong Chen here for the first time. How is he feeling about the race?
他说，就是这是作为你第一次参加霍巴特，你现在是什么感受？
首先很感谢这个平台，其实能够来参加这个霍巴特这个比赛，是我们航海人的一个最大的一个梦想。
First, we appreciate to be here because that's the only sailor's honor to be here to join Hobart.
Okay, so it's their honour to be here to do the Hobart.
Yeah.
Yes. So he asked him, because I know you only bought the boat earlier this year, how much training have they been doing on Noah's? It's actually an old Volvo 70. How much training have they been doing on the boat?
他说这条船因为我们是今年年初才买嘛，他问我们这个训练大概训练了多长时间，训练情况怎么样？
我们是8月份就到悉尼港来开始就是适应这条船跟悉尼的这个气候，所以我们目前准备的工作各方面都很就绪很到位，现在就等待再过2天的这个开赛模式了。
We have been sailing on August.
Since August?
Since August, yes. And the boat is ready right now. Yes, it's good. It's very powerful. And we worked very hard for the last few months.
Working very hard for the last few months.
Yeah.
I heard that Noah's too has actually done a couple of the Blue Water point score races here with the Cruising Yacht Club. Is that right? Which races has it done in Sydney?
对，他问我们这个前面是参加了这个鸟岛的那个比赛，说我们是不是参加这个比赛？
我们参加了一个鸟岛的一个比赛，通过这个比赛，我们也是感受到这种在澳洲的这种帆船大帆船的这种很好的一个氛围，也值得我们很多学习的地方。
Yes, we joined the Bird Island race.
Joined the Bird Island race.
Yes, and we have a good experience, and we feel the city in Sydney is very, very good, very, very popular, and we have got so much to learn.
Okay, so he's done the Bird Island race, and they actually did quite well in the Bird Island race. I think they were second or third over the line, and where some others pulled out. And he's realised just how much that they still have to learn, but I think they'll be fine. Thank you. So we'll go down the end to Ken.
Hi.
Hi. So Ken, you have got a very international crew on your boat. There are people from all sorts. Explain who you've got on board, like where the different people are from.
Hi, thank you for your question first, and thank you everyone here. Up Saras, in the moment we have 6 different nationality person, international, and different play from the world. And we have Chinese, most of Chinese, Filipino, Australian, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Italian. So we have 20 person on board for this City Hobart race, and we are really happy we have different people on board, and we're sailing together on Apsaras in like a big family, and we welcome even different nationality people on board, and we're sharing different sailing culture and experience. That's really great thing on Apsaras.
How do you communicate? Which language are we using on board when we want something on the bow done from the back of the boat?
This absolutely is by English, you know. The English with our same language on board, so easy for everyone. Everyone can understand from the bow to the stern and to the skipper and communicate. So I don't think it's hard for us, but we can do it.
Do you sometimes forget and just speak in Chinese?
Sure, why not? That's it's the same I say. It's like a culture sharing, and then we are exchanging our language to learn each other. The language is really fun, on board.
So you're on a big boat. You're on an 80-foot boat. That's a very big boat. Have you been able to do much training before this race?
Yes, we do. Yes, same you say is a quite big boat, 80 foot. So, and also we are 20 person on board. So this project we start from this year early, and 6 month program training, and we start from here the early September, and all the crew get ready here to understand here the Australian sea and the weather, everything, physical training, and also training with Australian skipper as well. So we make a quite good,
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to open the floor to questions now, but if you can just raise your hand, please.
Ronald, how much would it mean to win the Tattersalls Cup? Because us Aussies hate seeing trophies leave out.
Well, listen, firstly, it's just an honor to be here, and I think anybody that does this race and completes it and gets the crew there safely and finishes the race, that in itself is an honor. Sure, it'd be great to win the thing, be extraordinary to win the thing, but we're here to compete and do our best.
Can I ask if the two Chinese boats have ever raced against each other? Have you gentlemen ever raced each other back home or anywhere else?
Unluckily, we don't race before each other. We meet this year in City in Hobart, and in City Harbor we just meet. And also we competed in last time the Cambridge race where we did.
Because we've got one of the Chinese boats is from Shanghai and the other one is from Shenzhen near Hong Kong. Anyone else? Okay.
John, you've got a mix of Americans and Canadians on the boat. It'd be fair to say there'd be a fair bit of rivalry on the boat.
No, we race in the Northwest. It's very common to be racing in Canada or racing in the U.S. against yacht clubs from both sides, and some of the races go back and forth between the two. So it's common for us to have mixed crew up there, and it's really about the folks on the boat and getting the right people together. So in this case, we've got 3 Americans and 5 Canadians. So a little bit of mixture, but there's not a whole lot of rivalry.
Is it something that you guys have always wanted to do, to enter this and give it a good tilt?
For sure, I've been thinking about Sydney Hobart for at least 10 years. So it's one of those bucket type of lists, races. And as I said, when we got to Hawaii in July, it just seemed a shame to turn around and sail back to keep doing the races we've done before. So a lot of the crew wanted to keep going. So we turned them loose and they sailed the boat here.
Anyone else?
Just following up on that, John, how long did it take and how long have you guys been here
So we split it up into 2 crossings after Hawaii to Fiji, which was about 3 weeks. And then they had about a month there to work on the boat. And then about 2 weeks from Fiji here. And then it's been up in, I believe it's Portsmouth for the last month or so before coming down.
Eric, Matt Allen was naming teasing machine as one of his biggest drivers in this race. Do you see Ichiban as being one of your biggest?
Definitely. Ichiban is definitely one of the biggest competitor, and it's a very fast boat, very well run, and you know, among the 52s, it's certainly one of the best.
Eric, teasing machine's a great name for a boat. Is it not named after anyone in particular?
It's always been the story. No, I mean, if I tell you the story, it comes from when we restarted racing about a bit more than 10 years ago. I was in Key West, and there was one of the strip bar called the Teaser. And so it comes from there, and that's why we have always girls on the boat as a logo in different form of shape.
I'm so glad I asked that question.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Some of the media would like...
I want to ask why this question goes to Ken. So why Apsaras is named Apsaras?
Why name is Apsara?
Why is named Apsaras? It's not like a typical
Yeah, that name is from Hindu. That is a god from is one of the god from Hindu, and it's one of the goddess. Some like a deity of the sky and the sea. Is a similar like we Apsara discovery around the world and explore the world and different place, and we like the culture exchange. You know, just become discovery and exploring and everything like that.
Right, are we all done? Thank you. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure a lot of the media would like to speak to you outside, so if you can file out and just be available for the next 5 minutes or so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you
you all.
everyone.
Thank you.